All right, Roger's Hot Rod Garage. This is Roger. Just got home from work and look what showed up. So these are the Maxilite Fuchs 5-spoke RSR rims for the 914. I'm going to flip over to German right here. Also, die Felgen sind da von der Firma Maxilite in die Schweiz. These are from Switzerland. And look, the only thing I can tell you right now, the description or the URL link, the link is right down below here in the description. And super tech support from Maxilite, super fast shipping from Switzerland here to me in Germany. All 4 rims showed up, nicely packaged up, no damage. I'm going to unpack them a little bit later on in this video and then place them on here and then just do some calculations on what kind of tire I can squeeze on the back of this thing. Also ganz kurz auf Deutsch umgeschaltet. Die Felgen sind da. Ich werde sie jetzt auspacken, später in das Video, hier drauf montieren und dann nochmal messen und gucken, was für eine Reifengröße ich hier drauf kriegen kann. And back to English real quick. So, no, I'm not going to church right now. This is what I wear when I go to work on a daily basis. But look, the garage is kind of crowded right now. The Nomad's running fine. The Coupe's running fine. The Maxilite rims are here. The Porsche I can pull back, and the rest of the toys here. But I'm going to leave you with, since it's about 90 degrees here in Germany, I'm going to go to my handy dandy refrigerator here, select one of these cold beverages. Yes sir, this is actually what's called a Rodler. So, place my little camera right there, click it open, and then cheers. So, hope you enjoyed the video. And I'm going to do some measuring and I'll show you all the upgrades I've done since the last time I posted, which was just a short 2 or 3 weeks ago, but in reality it was like 3 months. But I got lazy on posting my videos, so cheers. Oh, screwed that one up. No, it is not the same evening where I started making this film for the Maxilite unpacking. It's literally about 4 days later. We got a Monday evening. Just got back from work again. I've already changed clothes, and since the wife says I have this thing called attention deficit disorder, because I had to run up north, about an hour north of here, a place called Wetzlar, which is north of Frankfurt. A friend of mine called me up on Thursday, Friday, and said, hey look man, there's a guy selling a straight 6 Chevy motor. This one happens to be out of a 64. So dirt cheap, it's only $300. You can look at the other video where we actually hooked up the Nomad with a trailer and went and got this thing. Good compression so far, so I'm just doing a couple of preliminary tests on here, but the video is not about this right now. It's about, I'm going to unpack from Maxilite the rims that showed up, I think, last week Wednesday. Again, super fast shipping over here in Europe. They actually didn't come out of Switzerland like I said earlier. They have a company that actually ships these things from within Germany, and that is pretty beneficial for those people stationed in the rest of Europe, the EU. Anyway, enough on that real quick. I'm going to unpack these right here, turn on my little lights. I hope the backlighting is not too bad because the sun is shining out here. Going to place them on the back right here, and I'll show you a couple of tricks that I use personally that doesn't cost a whole lot of money. It has to do with an M8 bolt, a string, and a piece of tape on how you can absolutely make sure that the inside lip right here is where your reference point is at when these rims are on here. So just a couple of steps that I personally use when measuring rims and you're ordering them off the internet or from any company, Summit Racing, TireRack.com, or in this case maxilite.ch, which is Schweiz, and that's Switzerland for you folks in the USA, is a couple of simple rules, 4 rules. Measure once, then measure again, sleep on that measurement, and then the 3rd time measure it again, and then the 4th step is order rims online or go to a shop and measure them. But I think I've done my due diligence on the measuring aspect of this. So what you're going to see next here, I'm going to slide these over here, grab my box cutter, and start unpacking these things. I'm kind of excited right now, so take care. See you in a second. All right, so I'll get my lighting correctly here. I can't screw this up because every now and then I do 1 or 2 takes But this has got to be one-time take because look, both boxes are still sealed. The straps are on them. So let me just stop talking here and pop these things open. Move, oh man, a little protective covering on the side. We'll put all this in what the Germans call the gelbe Sack, the recycling yellow bag. That's for all the plastic and stuff. Of course, we'll be doing that. And here we go. Well, more of this stuff down here. So again, super good tech support from Maxilite. Like I said earlier, super fast shipping. 2 days the stuff was here. And questions answered super fast. And again, their website, the link is downstairs in the description. Just take a peek at that. And here we go. Flip that around. Okay, in a plastic bag. That's good. Smells good. And then, so these are the 8 by 16s because a 19 would have fit and could have squoze underneath there. Oh, that's kind of cool. Little plastic protective rim on the outside covering. I can use this as a shower cap if I need to. Never mind. Absolutely. To borrow a French word, badass, or North Carolinian word, check a look at those, man. That is absolutely sweet. So this is what's called the RSR style, and I really like that. So let me do this. Let me put the rim down here, take off the lugs. I happen to use the steel lugs. I know they make the aluminum ones. I'm sure they work fine, and you're going to save yourself a couple of ounces. But I'm going to prefer to use the steel ones. Man, these things are pretty. 8 inches wide, and just so you know this, you can Google it yourself. That 8 inches is not measured from here to here because I don't have a true 9-inch rim. They're measured from the inside lip right here to the inside lip right here. And like I said, everything is polished on the outside. Now it's going to be a burden to try to keep those things clean. And let me pop this on here. There it is right there. This is a Porsche 5 by 130 millimeter. And I'm just going to put 2 of these on here right now. Just run up and make sure that I've made it flat. Flange. I'm going to get a 17 millimeters, what that's going to be, or a 19, I'm not quite sure. So, I'm not going to need a lug wrench for this, but this is a 19, and I did guess correctly. It is a 19 on the outside. Most Europeans, like on my BMW, are 17s. And again, this is to make sure I snug it up on there correctly. Ja, ganz kurz auf Deutsch. Ich habe jetzt gerade drauf montiert. 5 mal 130 mm, also 5 sind 5. Ja, noch ein bisschen fester. Okay. Yeah, and back to English again. Show you a little trick that I use. Again, they've got professional tools to use this, but kind of got this pre-positioned. This is the way that I measure it. I grab myself a normal old, this is just a pretty good size heavy bolt, anything that weighs a little bit of stuff. A string, Schnur, put a loop in it up here, grab a piece of really, really sticky tape of some nature, stick it right here, and then now, don't put it on the outside, stick it to the inside right here, and put it as close to the edge as possible. And what that does it tells you how much room, just a second, you have on the outside once that thing stops swinging. In the USA they call that a plumb bob. Now what you can do is you get yourself a little tape measure, and this is actually before that tire would start rubbing on the inside. Hold on just a second, I'll actually pull a little bit closer. See this right here? The distance from here to here is the inside, and I've already shaved off a little bit here before I painted the car, and that's what it looks like right here. So I've got a solid, I'm going to take a guess right now, 3/4 of an inch, which probably equates to about maybe 2 centimeters. Again, I'm going to measure it with a caliper here in a second, and that's the wall on the outside can actually come out a little bit. Had I got a 19-inch rim, it'd be sticking out here another 1/2 inch, and then I would be almost flush up on here, and I don't like that look right here. That is absolutely flush, and I'm going to try to go, like I said, I'm going to try to shoot for a 245. If that doesn't work, hey, I'm perfectly fine with a 225. And if you look back here, this is my reinforcement, and back here I got plenty of room back here. I'm not at all worried about anything back here, but it's about the same distance with about an extra centimeter to play with. And when I'm talking about that wall, I'm looking for the old school 1970 look. And it's not like most modern cars where you have a flat plane going down the side of the rim. I like, for example, the curvature right here. It doesn't have to be this amplified, but that's what I like about the rim. So I'm going to try to go with a wide tire on this thing. But look at that thing. The thing looks absolutely badass sitting on there. And I'll give you a distance outlook. I just love that look, man. That is super, super cool. Also ganz kurz auf Deutsch, für die Leute, die das hier in Deutschland zuhören. Montiert sind die Fuchs 5 Speichenräder von der Firma Maxilite. Super Tech Service, super Support. Sofort schnell auf die E-Mails, sprechen 3, 4, 5 Sprachen da. Können auch zurückschreiben, jede beliebige Sprache. Link is below in the description. Und hier habe ich jetzt gerade mal eine kurze Messung gemacht, wie man das einstellen kann. Also erst Felgen bestellen, so machen, wie ich gerade gemacht habe hier. Dann die Reifen danach bestellen und dann weitergehen. Ich werde erst einen Reifen bestellen dafür, dass ich 100% sicher bin. And if I move to the front real quick here, I'm going to go ahead and unpack one of these right here, place it on the front, and do the same thing with the Schnur test, the string test, and we go from there. And of course check on the inside, but if I got to go with a 225 in the front and a 245 in the back, I'm a happy camper with that too. But anyway, looking really good. There's my professional lighting system. And then just real quick in the back of the shop, I don't have a whole lot of toys, and it might appear that way, but that was cheap. NSU Roller, the AVL I've had forever. Motorized picnic table, and the rest of this crap is everything that I built over the last probably 15, 20 years over here. So it's getting kind of packed in here, and we go from there. So I'll walk out here real quick. I'm sweating right now, so it's kind of warm over here. I'm not doing a whole lot of work. But man, that motor right there is my spare motor for the 59 Apache sitting way, way out there in the pasture. So anyway, hey, take care right now, and I'll see what those rims look like when they're on the car. Take care. All right, hey, I'm gonna wrap this video up real quick, just a little closeout. Rims are on the back. They're the ones I just unpacked. That's what the front looks like right now. Looks like I've got plenty of space between here and here. Again, I'll put the string test on in just a second. This one, obviously, it articulates so it goes back and forth. So I have to worry about, you know, when this rim or this tire's up in here, where it's going to hit these corners right here on a turn. So looking pretty decent right now. Like the way it looks. So real quick, let me show you what I've done as far as besides the rims. I got my flashlight on right here. There's a kit for the electric LS3. It's a fuel pump in there, a high pressure fuel pump that runs me up to about 60 to 70 psi. There's a Corvette regulator right up in there. I'll show the flashlight on it. So that's the system I use and setup that I use for all of my LS3 builds. It's pretty simple, doesn't cost a whole lot of money. Batteries can be mounted up here. Then I've also got room for weights to the left and to the right of it. I might have to add like maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 pounds up here just to see how it feels, whether it's loose on the end. Most of the stuff's already mounted right here. Got the rack in here. I think you've seen that on the last video, how I actually got that mounted up in there. It comes up through here. So I have to button up the fuel pump, all the filter and the regulator, and then I can drop the gas tank in, which is sitting way over there in the corner right back here. I'll just shine the flashlight on it. Sorry about that. And then what I wanted to show everybody is, yes, the rear swing arms are in, obviously. Otherwise, those tires and those 911 rear brakes wouldn't be in there right now. But speaking of brakes, I still got to figure out my my caliper situation in the back, because it's kind of unique. There's not a whole lot of space in there. I'll get back to that in a second. Here's the main thing I want to show you. The last video I was doing some welding, some fabrication. So this is the actual original 914 foot pedal assembly, whatever you want to call it. So obviously this is going to be the clutch. It runs all the way through that centerpiece right there. It goes to the other side and hooks to a wheel wood provided by Renegade Hybrids. It's all whole kit along with the lines. This is obviously the brake. Goes to a brand new brake, which also Renegade Hybrid sold me. So thanks for the whole gang out there. And then this is what I fabricated up in here. This is my pedal actuated throttle by wire LS3 conversion, and if I say so, that looked pretty good right here. Now check this out. I retained a whole bunch of original stuff. Like, look at that brake switch right there. You see that? There's a little bitty switch back there. See how it lights up right down there? That actually works pretty cool, so I kept that in here. And then here, if you see right here, I actually cut in right here, weld this piece in here, threw some flat black paint on it, and then put the German version or the European version of Dynamat. It's about probably about a third of the cost, so stuff is good. And then I'll Dynamat the rest of the stuff in here. AC units in here. I've got my vintage AC regulator switch right here, and then I'll integrate that. I don't want to see this thing right here, so the dashboard will come right over here, and then I'll button that up whenever I get a chance. The seats are in here right now, just as a holder. There's that Boxster S transmission shifter. The cables can come out through here, down here, and go out the back. And then the only other thing I'll show you real quick here is obviously the wheel wood brakes will be on the front, left over from another project I had, but I got to fabricate some brackets. And if you look way down here, wow, that's tough. There is the master cylinder, the largest one, also from Renegade Hybrids. I mean, you can probably pick them anywhere, but they had everything packaged up. And that nice little bracketry that they also sold me, again, Renegade Plastics. And then way back there is that Willwood master cylinder hydraulic clutch conversion. And everything else you can see is in here. So it looks pretty buttoned up. Went ahead and dropped my horns up in here, ordered those off of eBay. If I might say myself, I'm looking pretty spiffy up in here. So the only other thing, let me jump up here and roll over here real quick, close out this video, is went to the junkyard. Know a couple of local people around who run junkyards. This is Audi A6 with electric brakes for the parking brake. Too big, doesn't work. This is Audi TT, probably a 2000, 2005 model, maybe 2010. Too big, doesn't work. So I have got to figure out the rear caliber brakes. But hey, back to the rims. Really happy about that. Again, love Maxilite. Those guys did a hell of a deal as far as the technical support. They got a rockin' website. Look at the link below. And also really fast responses on their email inquiries. So again, speak multiple languages, and they'll hook you up whether you're here in Germany or whether you're in the United States of America. Hey, that's it. Take care right now. So from Roger's Hot Rod Garage, Roger out. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, let me button up this video here. Let me show you what I got. So I've got one tire that's mounted, and I just had this as a test bed. These, believe it or not, came from Amazon.com, or over here in Germany it's called Amazon.de. And the size that I went with is a 225/55 R16. I can eventually go with a 245, but right now, just so I can get this thing rolling around in the garage, I went ahead and ordered the rest of the tires. They showed up. Beautiful Maxilite rims. Got some fingerprints on them right now. And buttoning up this project right now so I can close this video up. But let me show you one thing real quick, and I got to lower my voice here. The neighbors have been incredibly annoying lately. They're attacking me, physically attacking me every time I walk into this room over here. And I got Ma and Pa are gone right now. But here's what we got. We got little red tail finches up here, Wurstschwänchen for you guys in Germany, and these guys are absolutely cool. But so that's about it from Roger's Hot Rod Garage here in Germany. Take care.